You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the
and welcome to the show. My name's Dave, and this is a Fistful of Podcasts from
No URL.
No URL yet. Back for another great week. This is our special reunion show, so let's not waste any time. Let me get right into it. Introduce you to my co-host, all the way from the Reno Sparks area. And up first, we have one Mr. Andrew Bergevin.
Hey, we're the monkeys. People say we Fistful of Podcasts.
Already, we're fucking nailing it, guys. All my apprehension gone. Also, in that same studio, via the same technology, we have one Mr. Adam J. Hubbard Esquire.
This is our Together Apart episode, which is just the same as all of our other episodes.
Yeah, we are quarantining ourselves in different states. That's how serious we take it.
When David says his apprehension is gone, it means his butthole's so tight he could turn an earthworm into 2 earthworms.
What?
I could...
I don't feel like that would take much of a butthole.
Listen, I have a magic butthole. You put one thing in and it spits out 2.
Whoa.
Anyway, guys, in studio, of course, across from me, on the soundboard and on the couch, we have Chris over there.
Well, that sounded good. Had a bumpy start there, but I think I pulled it together.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see, guys. It's this is the reunion show. 2 years in the making.
Woo! 2 years.
Now,
see, I was trying to figure out how long it had been, but I also didn't care that much to look it up.
Right. What happened since the renewal for the website came up every year, like on my birthday? I know exactly when it died. So, people are probably tuning in being like, what's new? Dave, you had a kid. Adam, Andy, you must have done things as well. Plenty to catch up on. So let me start here. Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about, oh my God, guys. If only
I thought you were playing that one.
No, he's been playing it. Don't you read Facebook like any other old person?
I don't touch Facebook.
Oh my God.
All the uncles. Here's the thing about, you almost got me, guys. You almost got me. What I was going to do was, because I was playing, here's how it all started. I was playing Monster Hunter 4 on the handheld, the DS. I was like, this is pretty cool. It was on sale for $4 because it was a sale. So I picked up Generations. I'm like, whoa, this is even cooler. Then I was like, all right, got to do it. You've been on my ass. I'm going to have to get a Switch. I'm going to have to play it on the Wii. I'm going to have to do all that shit. Then I was like, wait a minute, is it on any other console? It's on my console!
PC.
I was telling you about that.
And PC. Well, should have tried harder.
Oh,
but
sorry.
Here's the moral of that story, guys. Playing Monster Hunter World, and having only gone through Monster Hunter 4 and Generation on the DS is like this. You spend your life mastering the tricycle. You can do tricks and flips and all kinds of crazy shit. You can go on tour with this tricycle because you're so fucking good at it. Stepping into Monster Hunter World after the handheld ones is like getting off of that tricycle, getting into the space shuttle, and having someone behind you be like, you ready for this shit?
See, I viewed it the exact, like having played Monster Hunter since the PSP, where you had to make your hand into a gnarled claw to actually play.
Yeah, that's what the problem was with the DS. Like, it was so fun, but I would end every session with like a heckety peg pair of hands.
Carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
But like stepping back to Monster Hunter World where there's so many quality of life improvements, I'm just like, let's never go back.
Yes. I mean, are you saying that Monster Hunter World is more difficult or it's just different?
Both. It's more beautiful, it's more perfect, but it's also insanely difficult because in the handheld ones, here's what I don't get. I don't blow smoke up my ass about a goddamn plot that doesn't matter. And P.S., if I have to talk to you to turn in a fucking quest, don't tell me 4 fucking pieces of dialogue before I can get into it.
See, he's looking into the story of Monster Hunter. That's a mistake.
No,
the story
I'm trying.
Of Monster Hunter is big sword hit.
I'm going as far out of my way as possible not to pay attention to the story.
I'm the one that tries to read the text and he's like, skip.
Here's the thing. Every time you go to a research person, every time you go to an ecologist, every time you go to your cultivist, I would like the fucking transaction to go like this. hey, remember me? I'm Dave. I come here every once in a while and give you shit or
Remember
you
me?
give me shit. Now that we've gotten out of the way, let's never do this again!
Good day, sir.
But every time I get back from a quest, it's like, well, better check it with these assholes. And it's hit A, click, 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 because they want to say, they want to give me an update on their fucking entire life.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, thanks for stopping by. What do you got for me today? No, I've got to click through 5 pieces of dialogue where he's like, oh, yep, the bunions are acting up, and the onion I'm growing in my ass is finally sprouted. I don't care.
Look, I don't hunt monsters here, but I serve a very important purpose in this facility.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter is like maybe the perfect game for me because it makes you spend all your time, half of your time, in this bullshitty fake city where, number one, everybody fights monsters, but nobody fights monsters because I'm the only one who can pick up quests, P.S. But on top of that, it's just like, hey, you know why we came here? Fucking there's monsters here. Why are we here for the monsters? To research them. What are we researching them for? To make cool shit. Why do we need cool shit? To fight these fucking monsters, bro.
Yeah. It's a cycle.
Yeah, I get that. I'm totally fine. What I want is to cut out literally every NPC that I have to deal with ever because they're all fucking retarded and I have to see them after every mission.
Dave, I'm giving you a fair warning right now. This is not part of the episode. My computer updated it, and I couldn't uninstall some of the updates. So if this whole thing blue screens, we're fucked.
All right, let's hope.
Because I don't that. Like, here's oh god, no, this is part of the episode now.
Do it.
It's staying in.
Tear into him.
You know what the fuck is wrong? Like Windows 10, I'm like, okay, guys, I don't want any updates. And they're like, well, you have to go through all this stuff. And it's like, nah, we're still going to give them to you. I said, okay, pause them for 31 days. And I'll just come back after that 31 days and say, hey, pause it another 31 days. After 31 days, Windows is like, you've been bad.
Hey, man, you've been out for 93 days. And we're going to have to report that to the principal.
Well, and it goes, nope, you can't pause your updates anymore. I was like, I will do what I please.
I know they fucking force you. Whatever. When I pulled all the equipment out to start this show again, right? I was like, okay, these babies haven't been turned on for a couple years. I better let them cook for a few days to get all the fucking updates.
Oh, that's why they didn't work then. Huh?
Well, no, this was before I even plugged in a microphone. All I did was set up the towers and be like, fucking update all you can. It was 5 solid days of updates.
Windows updates are the worst thing ever. They break my computer, and then I go to uninstall them, and it's like, you can uninstall, I don't know, 2 of these. The rest of them we're just going to be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What are they updating all the time?
And why don't they make it better? Like,
It always breaks it.
Yeah, like if I went to the fucking dealership and they're like, hey, we upgraded your car, and I come back and there's no fucking tires on it, I would be like, what is the point of this upgrade?
But hey, we gave you a sweet spoiler.
Hey, yeah.
It falls off.
It's made out of wood, too. Oh, my God.
Anyway,
Okay,
back to Monster Hunter.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
I didn't know you were playing. You gotta...
Oh my
It was
god.
on
my
Xbox, though. Like
yeah, I got it on Xbox because I got the Duke, the new controller.
But here's the thing. You would never know. If you sat in a room with him, you would never know he's enjoying the game because all he's doing is swearing at it and calling it a stupid fucking game.
Yeah,
Because-
Monster Hunter.
That's the... I love and hate it. It's like a black and white cookie. There's part of it you're definitely gonna like, part of it you're definitely gonna not. And if I could just get back into the action, like let's say I'm fighting a giant monster, and I'm like, yeah, that was awesome, and then I kill him. I take my knife and I cut his balls off, and I make a hat out of one and a sock out of the other, and I'm wearing his dick around my waist like a belt. And like I'm wearing his eyes over my eyes and like a hilarious googly face. I want to do that again very quickly. But I know as soon as I'm done carving up that son of a bitch, I'm going to have to run my ass back to town, talk to everybody who wants to talk to me about literally everything they're fucking doing.
Carry a poogie around.
Except that's exactly what the expedition mode is for.
I know, but here's my other problem. So you go on a quest, that dinosaur, monster, whatever you want to call it, is locked in that landmass with you. It cannot decide, oh, that tickles me so, it feels like a feather at my ass. You know what? I'm going to hop off of this map. Oh, P.S.
I mean, he can after like 50 minutes, but...
But, oh, fuck. Here, I say, time to go out and gather shit and maybe fight a few monsters. So I say, oh, there's a monster I need. Bam, bam, bam. 90% of its health is gone. It's legs are broken. It's pulling itself along the ground with its chin toward the exit. And it always makes it! I will spend 45 minutes on a goddamn dragon that spits fire and acid and also shoots you with a poisonous tail and have it on the ropes. It has no more wings. It is essentially a worm I have carved every piece off of. And it will take its tongue and drag itself off the map, and I'm fucked! I don't get a goddamn piece of that asshole.
I don't think David's doing this right.
How do you, like, let's say you're fighting them. It's not a quest. How do you keep them from running away?
I mean, you just got to beat them up faster.
Get good.
Listen, my hammer is max level. It is dealing out a total of 1,144 damage plus 300 blast damage. So don't tell me that I'm not giving enough when it counts.
I give 110% out there every day.
Use your capture claw better.
I've got something the size of a Volkswagen Beetle on the end of a stick, and I'm smashing this motherfucker in the head. And you know what? They're just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm taking my ball, and I'm going home.
I don't know.
And
Hammer should be able to do the job.
I know, it should. But I'm always standing there with my dick in my hand as the thing flies away, and I watch it. I don't put my dick in my hand until I see it's definitely getting away. And then it's that little ting on the horizon, and I'm like, well, that was a fun 40 minutes. Now I'll go check in with my handler and be like, hey, what rewards do I got? And they're like, hey, you found a rock. Can I put that in your box? You want me to put this rock in your box for you? It's a nice rock.
Nice box rock. They're box rocks. Put them in your box.
God damn, is that so frustrating. Oh, and also, speaking of her, the handler, her voice, if I could load her into a cannon and shoot her up the asshole of, like, Nergigante, I would do it in a second.
And see, I changed all mine to German.
Why didn't I think? Does she have, like, a lower voice?
I don't remember her
She
specifically.
sounds like Arnold.
They call me a Jaeger.
You do
So
the
that's
chopper,
pretty nice.
and you're like, ah.
You must kill the Gigante.
Guys,
Do
listen, that's not the end of my Monster Hunter tirade, but I feel like it's enough for now because I've got a lot more to do.
Stay tuned.
But I want to now fill you guys in, obviously. I reached out to some people, said, hey, you want to record a little something for the show, do a little bit, maybe do a little voicemail?
He said no, and then David said, you want $5?
Who gave you this number?
Yeah, then I waved that fin under their face, and I got a few. So let's before we move on to our next topic, let's hear a voice message that we got sent here at the email address that no one can ever remember. Go ahead, Krista.
To David and the whole Fistful of Podcast team, congratulations on reuniting for another episode. Webster's Dictionary defines reunion as the act of uniting again. But this brings up an obvious rhetorical question. If no one ever listened to your podcast in the first place, is it actually a reunion?
Boom.
If a tree falls in the forest, does anyone actually give a shit? So then congratulations, I guess, on starting a Zoom meeting and then hitting the record button. In all seriousness, though, your podcast definitely brought me many, many laughs over the years, and I'm very much looking forward to the reunion show. I wish you, Krista, and the whole team all the best wherever life may have taken you or is still taking you. Except for the sound effects guy you used to have on the show. Fuck that guy.
So, yeah,
Signed,
sorry.
Joss Whedon.
You guys got the and the rest to play out.
We didn't even get the whole Gilligan team.
Oh, man. So, guys, moving along from Monster Hunter. So, I don't want to get too into, like, yeah, guess what? Society is crumbling. We all have to wear masks
I
or
do.
whatever.
There's plenty of time for
I
that.
was so mad yesterday.
But, so here's the thing. I have a favorite coffee shop in downtown Mesa where I like to go and hang out. So since everybody is hopefully, ideally, staying out of the public minds or public eyesight, I always go down to downtown Mesa because it feels, when it's completely depopulated like that, it feels like a third-tier theme park that you got into and no one else did. It kind of feels like if Disneyland's Main Street fell a few notches and no one wanted to go, that's where I'm at.
Oh no, Disney World.
Oh.
Disney World. So I go to this coffee shop called the Lost Dutchman Coffee Shop. I walk in and I'm wearing my mask, obviously. Everybody behind the counter is wearing their mask. But here are some motherfucking Generation Z assholes standing where I should be standing at the register.
Generation C, so the one right after us?
Yes.
Yeah.
These two assholes, man and a woman, with a tiny baby who they are letting grab literally everything on the counter. Now, when I first got there, they had just opened up, so all their little like electronic menu boards that they put on the big TVs hadn't turned on yet. And spoiler alert, at the end of this interaction, I ran out of there so fast that the door could have flown off the hinges before I pulled my head off and shot a blood fountain all over these fuckers.
Oh, God.
So I go in there, and these three assholes, I'm counting the baby as an asshole.
Never too young to start.
Never too young to be an asshole. They're standing there. Oh, well, hey, the menus aren't on. I don't know what I want without the menu. I don't see the menu. And the girl's like, oh, here, click, and hits the thing with the remote. Then they go, what's good here?
By assholes.
Motherfucker, they say, what's good here? Is this your first time in a fucking coffee shop? Let's see. Well, we sell one thing with various flavors of bullshit in it. Fucking idiot. So she goes, well, what do you like? And they're like, well, I want something like creamy, something vanilla-y, something like cold. And I am giving you the Cliff's Notes because I was in this coffee shop for 15 minutes.
So vanilla frappuccino, here, tonk.
And then she's like, well, okay, what kind of cream? We're going to get 4. There's 3 of us, and one of us is a baby, but we need 4 things. This is we need this, and we need soy. No, it's all soy milk. No, just kidding. 3 of them soy milk, 1 regular milk. You know what? Do they? No. So half soy milk, half regular milk, and 1. Can we get the sugar-free cereal? You know what? Let me make a couple of texts. All soy milk. I need to get a fucking cup of coffee. And these assholes. Meanwhile, their kid is banging the tip cup. Like, who gives a fuck?
Tang, tang, tang.
Here's the thing about wearing a mask is like no one can now see when I'm giving the bitch face because they kept looking over at me, but since I'm wearing my Jason mask with my shades on and my hat, like there's nothing being given away. I'm the perfect poker player.
I guess he's cool with it.
And so finally, like they're just like I never even got to make my order because they never finished theirs, and I ran out of there and I was like, you would not believe, as soon as I got outside. Oh my God. In this day and age, number one, let's say this is 1932. You've never seen a fucking Starbucks in your life. I get it. You come into a place, it's like stepping onto the Starship Enterprise. You're like, whoa, vanilla, chocolate, flavors.
Straight from the colonies.
Sugars and sugar-free. Straight, all the herbs and spices from the colonies.
But then...
I'll have some of the stuff the Patriots didn't throw in the sea.
Starbucks has been around for 50 years!
But then she had to go to her car and get her money.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, no, that happens all the fucking time. They're like, here, just hold my stuff here. And I'm like, there's 87 people in line behind you. They're behind you, and you have to run to your... I'm going to suspend this. Like, no, I'll be right back. Like, I don't care.
Not fast enough.
David, my life is a living hell.
The straw that broke my back when this is concerned, like, she's like, okay. And since, everybody's woke and shit, nobody has, like, registers anymore. They all do it on iPads. So she turns the iPad around and says, oh, you swipe your card. And I am... Keep in mind, social distancing is in effect. I am more than 6 feet away. I'm at least 10 feet away from these stupid motherfuckers. And you know what this bitch does? From across the room, she gives me the side eyes and then slowly turns the iPad to face completely away from me so she can put her pin in. And I'm like, and P.S., the thing that she faced it toward was the pastry holder that was a mirror finish. So I saw exactly what she was fucking doing. Here's what I did.
These turnovers will never betray me.
Here's what I did. I went, ugh, and I left. What I would have liked to have done was pull out a baseball bat and hit that bitch in the head until she looked like a Jolly Rancher that went through the wash.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's how badly I wanted her head to be misshapen. I was so...
No, I'm just thinking of laundry covered in Jolly Rancher stickiness.
Well, yeah, and then after I hit her in the head, I threw her in a tumble dryer with nothing but lemon Jolly Ranchers.
Oh, God. I don't think they even make those anymore.
Don't they?
I've never had one.
What?
A lemon one?
Yeah.
Jolly Ranchers are nothing but razors you give to your children.
They used to have lemon, but I don't think they're around anymore.
Somebody do some research on this.
I like the green one.
But they did just release lime.
No, you mean they re-released lime. Here's the thing.
You heard it here first.
Listen, Jolly Ranchers, all the candy people. Here's like a bit of advice that I think everyone will love.
Like the shit. I can't think of a single name from Candyland.
Star
Willy Wonka.
Bursts? Oh yeah, Willy Wonka.
Sugar plum fairy.
that chocolate turd monster. That gay man who runs around with all the lollipops.
Yeah,
all of you.
The licorice count.
Yeah, the licorice king, who was always I thought was a bad guy.
I thought so too.
Turns out he's just candy.
But he is licorice, so nobody likes it.
Right. His house is very seldom visited. But here's the thing. Like lemon and lime, obviously, you don't, back in the day, they used to do both. Like Jolly Ranchers with lemon, lime, strawberry, cherry, grape, watermelon, if I hadn't said that, whatever. Then they're like, hey, like somewhere, I feel, someone have to look this up, but I feel like sometime in 1995, a bolt of lightning struck whatever part of the country produces most of its candy, and everybody in charge of making decisions made the wrong one because they were like, you know what else is green? Apples is. You know what?
Granny's apples is.
You know what tastes like total ass?
Shut up.
Apples taste like ass.
God, I love green apple candies.
They're the worst. You're in the minority.
Whatever.
That's 100%.
The only one that I pine for constantly are the peach Jolly Ranchers that aren't around anymore.
Yeah, like there's.
If you're pining for Jolly Ranchers, you're wrong. Get a better candy.
No, Jolly Rancher is the best candy.
like
Jolly
Now
Rancher
later.
is what gives you a bifurcated tongue after 5 seconds of sucking on it.
Accurate.
Maybe don't just roll it around in your mouth haphazardly. Treat it with some respect.
If I put something in my mouth that's supposed to be a delicious treat and it's like, don't cut yourself, I'll go, what?
I only put marshmallows in my mouth. They can't hurt me.
Yeah, but
Maybe some creamy caramel.
Like a bitch.
so caramel can have its pitfalls too. I mean, you guys must remember the sugar daddies.
That's true.
How
I
many?
remember my sugar daddy.
How many teeth did you lose in him?
Oh.
Gross.
Only 3, but they were baby teeth.
Well, that's a long time ago then.
Stop this.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, guys, just so you know, coming into entanglements with the public has not gotten better since things have gotten crazy. So I guess that's the moral of that story.
Oh,
Andy's at the front line of it all.
I get yelled at constantly.
Andy.
One of the first interactions I had when we first, so I do self-checkout at retail,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to clean these motherfuckers after every customer.
Oh yeah.
When we first started doing this before the mask mandate, the very first person to yell at me was this ginormous woman. You know the fat lady that turns into a zombie at the beginning of the remake of Dawn of the Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Imagine
remember
her.
She's terrifying.
And there's a sign up that says, please wait to be called. She starts stumbling over, like, burp, 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 burp.
It's hard to stop that momentum, you know?
And I hold up my hand and I said, ma'am, please wait. And she gets right up on me as I'm cleaning. She goes, clean it good. I wouldn't want anybody to catch a virus.
All the viruses I'm carrying.
And then she finishes and goes,
What?
come over here. I wouldn't want anybody to die.
Ugh.
I hope she's dead. I hope she is dead.
No, yesterday was
She might be.
Yesterday, I almost threw hands.
All right, hold on. Let's before you do that, I've got a lot of voicemails to run through. So let's hear one more voicemail, and then we'll hear about how Andy almost punched a civilian.
Hello? Jeez, I feel like I've been on hold for this thing for 2 years. Dave, right? Well, I just want to say my favorite part of FFOP is when Andy called the Diplodocus the Diplodocus.
Who could forget that?
There's Randy for
More like Diplodorcus.
Okay, so what
that.
did this person do, and why did you almost have to throw a fist into their face?
First off, my work has started making me a manager. I'm a normal
Ooh.
cashier, but all the managers quit, so they're like, you want to be in charge?
Andy's a regular boy.
Fancy.
Stand
No,
by
not
your
fancy.
manager.
They're not paying me anymore, and I keep on telling them, like, are you paying me extra for this? They're like, no. I said, then I'm not going to do anything other than make sure people get their breaks.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be a cool manager.
But they put
Like-
me in charge, and I was like, well, this is fucked.
Yeah.
And we also put in new mandates that said, kids 3 and up have to wear
Yes.
masks.
Yeah.
Sorry. So things start getting hot and heavy. I get on a register so I can get the lines down. And from the entrance, I hear somebody start screaming, fuck you! Like, okay, well, we have a girl posted there to remind people about masks and hand them a paper mask for free.
Our most intimidating girl.
It's free.
For free.
Well, she told these people that their kids had to wear masks. They started screaming at her, which made other customers scream at them for screaming at her.
Oh, Jesus.
So there are customers screaming at the bitch customers who are screaming at the girl.
At least their screams are in the right place.
Here's my thing. I could buy that this was still happening 2 months ago. 3 months ago, 6 months ago, whatever it is. But now that literally there are Twitter accounts, there are Instagram accounts dedicated to assholes who will not do the necessary steps to be part of society. Mm-hmm. So, like, just if you get a chance on Instagram, go to Karen's Unhinged.
Well,
oh god.
So security has to go over there, and he has to start yelling because they won't listen.
But why is this happening? Like, shouldn't someone have had their phone out and shaming this person?
David, there's another story after this about that.
Oh,
but
okay, good.
This isn't a surprise to anyone at this point. Everybody knows.
It's a thing.
So I get all that story from security. I walk over to the girl to see if she's okay, and who walks up but the people who were yelling at her before?
Oh, God.
What? Why?
With their phones out going, you show me on your fucking website where it says my kid has to wear a mask.
It's like common sense, though, right? Like, at this point, you don't have to be like, hey, should I drink this toilet water? There's no sign.
Well, you would think that.
I can't.
So I'm standing right there next to her, and the guy goes, I want to speak with a manager. And I said, I'm the manager. And his wife holds up her hand and goes, shh, we're not talking to you.
But I'm the manager, bitch.
So I said, okay, I'll just stand here for a second.
Let me ask you this. As a manager, can you ban people?
No.
Fuck, then what's the point?
I'm not an official manager. I was the manager of the day.
Acting manager.
Right. But if they do, they're like, hey, Andy, you've been doing such a good job being the manager of the day with no pay. We're going to go ahead and kick you up to full-time real manager.
No, I don't want that. Never. I will not accept that
position.
position.
People out. We'll see, Andy. We'll see. Sometimes you want to get that power in you and start kicking out fat bitches.
You never want to let go.
But after a couple, like, they keep on screaming at the girl, and the guy goes, why haven't you gotten your manager? I said, I'm the manager. He goes, well, why haven't you spoke up? And I said, I did. Your wife told me to shut up.
Still right
and
here,
he looked at me and said, don't you fucking lie about me and my wife.
What?
Why? Are they deaf too? P.S.
And they said, show me on your website. I said, I don't have to. There's a sign on the door that said, all guests must wear masks. They said, but the mandate, I said, I don't care. It says all guests must wear masks.
Also, why would something being on a website be the seal of approval that this mouth-breathing troglodyte needs before he will take the steps to protect himself from a virus who doesn't give a fuck about your... I don't like to
because everything on the internet is true.
Listen, freedom ain't free, and the price you have to pay sometimes is getting sick and dying.
So then the guy goes... So and I keep on telling him, I was like, you're going to have them wear masks. And he goes, are you the manager of Target? I said, well, I'm not the manager of. And he goes, you're not a manager? And I said, and he goes, why am I even fucking talking to you? Get this guy out of here. And I said, no, I'm the manager of the front end.
How? Currently standing.
And he goes, well, I want the manager of Target. I said, well, and I slammed on the desk in front of me. I said, well, I'm the one you're getting. And the guy poked me in the chest and said, get this guy out of here.
What?
At which point I said, I'm going to get fucking security. And the lady goes, we don't want to talk security. He already yelled at us.
It doesn't matter. You're not going to talk to them. They're going to escort your fat asses out of the establishment.
At which point I'm shaking from adrenaline.
Quite often people don't want to talk to security.
No, I hardly ever do.
I'm literally shaking with rage, and I say, okay, I need security. And Hector, get up here. These people are rude and mean and very bad.
Very bad people.
Which is pretty much exactly what I said. They come up and shuffle me off and allow those people to shop.
What? Without masks?
That's the most infuriating part.
Without masks.
What?
Here's the thing, David. At that point, they shuffled me off. They said, hey, they said they don't want to see you anymore, so we're going to put you in bag for 30 minutes. You'll still be paid.
Okay.
Obviously,
David,
they don't...
The girl that they yelled at cried so much that she was sent home.
Aww.
Obviously.
Is that all I need to do to get
At the
sent
end
home?
of their shopping trip, they went up to a girl that they thought was the girl that they yelled at and
God.
said, we're so sorry. It should never have come to this.
Bullshit. Listen, here's what you should...
I want to suck a fat, chubby
Damn
cock.
it.
That's what she said?
I don't think that's what we're looking for.
Thanks, Krista.
You're welcome.
Yeah, listen, there are so many things out there, like even in the best of times, people are stupid no matter what. Now, they really get put on display. It's like every idiot was like just your average stink bug, but someone came by and sprayed them all with like hot pink and neon colors and shit. So now they stick out extra good.
Well, and here's the double deal, David. So I get my 30 minutes of vacation and back.
Ooh, did you
So I'm
drink?
just calling my wife and my mom like, you'll never believe what happened. I'm so pissed.
Did they give you a coconut that had a drink in it?
Yes, of course.
Nice.
Little umbrella. They played some Jimmy Buffett.
It was Diet Coke in the coconut.
Yeah.
But it was 5 o'clock somewhere, I hope.
They come back and said, you may as well take your lunch. During my lunch, there was a fist fight.
What the fuck?
So another family came in,
Oh.
was told to wear masks, and the big fat dude said, "No, fuck that. I'm not a sheep," is what he told the girl. So another customer pulls out his phone, starts following them around, recording and narrating.
Oh, yes.
After about 3-4 minutes of this, big fat dude whips around, grabs the guy's phone, chucks it at a display, and shatters the phone into pieces.
Oh my God.
He immediately gets punched in the face.
Duh.
Yeah.
Here, maybe I'm just so old-fashioned and old-timey that I put myself and my health ahead of others. But is it just the conspiracy theory keeping people from being smart?
So, David, they had to lead out. First, they let out the guy that was doing the punching.
Mm-hmm.
But then they had to escort out that entire other family.
Well, yeah.
Which and apparently the whole time the guy was yelling at the top of his lungs, "I'm not a sheep!" But they had to escort them out because the guy was waiting outside for them.
Oh my God.
It's so crazy out there.
Yeah, this is insane. Like, but that's life now. The new norm is batshit.
I kind of want to go to the store and just watch for a while.
Sometimes I do, but only the places I go to, or the places I go to only, whatever you want to describe it. Everyone always wears a mask.
Oh, see, David, we have people that wear masks, but they're down around their chins. They're not on their nose. They're cattywampus.
Listen.
Or my favorite, our grocery store that we walk to, that's a good grocery store, has all these signs that say one way for each aisle.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep, Smith's is a one-way aisle.
I've never heard of that.
Except that I'm walking down the fucking aisle, I'll see somebody turn down the aisle, and I'll look down at the floor to see all the one-way things, and then just look back at them and stare at them for a while.
Yeah.
And then look back, and as I'm walking by, I was like, can't read, huh?
Yeah, I can't tell you how. That's another thing. Now that I have to wear a mask, no one can see me mouth the F word constantly.
In my training to become an educator, I had a bad statistic come up.
A what?
What percentage of people in Nevada do you think can read up to an 8th grade level?
Oh no,
it's a quiz.
That's a high bar.
Let's take a quiz.
Andy loves quizzes these days.
Okay. It's got to be more than 50, right?
I was going to say like 34%.
No.
Oh, God.
Okay. Final answer, 12%.
Sorry, I keep tickling Andy.
12%. 12% of Nevada.
26.
What?
26% of people in Nevada can read and understand up to an 8th grade level.
It's over a quarter.
And why shouldn't they have the right to vote? You know?
Well, but let's be honest, guys. You'll learn all the important words by the time you're done halfway with middle school.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised that they can read up to an 8th grade level because I bet most of them dropped out around grade 6.
Oh, but David, did you see the bullshit that Chuck E. Cheese tried to pull when all the restaurants were closed down?
I don't think I heard about it.
I don't think I either.
So Chuck E. Cheese, knowing that nobody wants their awful pizza and that the people are only there for their children to vomit in the ball pit,
This is just come and vomit?
changed their name on places like DoorDash and Uber Eats to like Gordon's Pizza.
What?
What the fuck? But
And we're selling their shitty pizza. It's like, and people be like, "Ooh, I've never heard of this one."
right,
Gordon's.
but wouldn't you like? Rarely.
It arrives in a Chuck E. Cheese box. I'd be so mad.
Oh, a new place, and it's got no stars, and it's brand new. Of course, I'll try it. And then it just comes like they delivered to your house a like one of those big cardboard Chuck E. Cheese pizza boxes, and like a doggy bag full of puke.
Here, we had to make our own because the kids weren't there, but there's one ball floating in it.
Yeah, for an extra $5, the dude will stand at the door and be like, "Chuck E. Cheese," and throw it onto your feet.
He'll hand you some tokens.
They're all delivered by robots.
Oh yeah, if you could get like that giant crazy gorilla to start, well, you would definitely start murdering people.
I actually think that they've that Chuck E. Cheese filed for bankruptcy. So
Oh,
Yeah,
more
they
of that.
did.
Yeah, they're going.
There's a bunch of closed.
They're gonzo.
Closed ones.
They couldn't trick anybody into ordering their pizza.
Hey, listen, that's how you know that.
Well, now with Chuck E. Cheese, there's like all these articles about how people believe that the actual robotics are alive
yeah.
because they're all closing down and they see like
There's
things
another
moving.
conspiracy floating around saying that like there and the dates supposedly line up or something that all Chuck E. Cheeses that close are going to turn into Freddy Fazbear's whatever.
I mean,
Cool.
all the groundwork for this was set up years
Listen,
ago.
Here's what I'll give you. I'll give you as much latitude as the 2012 end of the world conspiracy. I believe that every conspiracy has as much weight behind it as the 2012 conspiracy theory that the world will end this year, 2012.
My favorite new conspiracy is like Bill Gates is teaming up with Dr. Fauci to make a vaccine that makes you non-religious. I don't know how that works.
That's impossible.
Vaccinating against religion?
But yeah, people are saying that.
Didn't hear that one.
And that also, they're injecting microchips in you. How small do you think fucking microchips get?
Are you getting, like, how are they getting the chips into you? Like, someone has to be standing
With the
there
vaccine.
with a needle. But there is no vaccine!
Oh, no. When it's developed, one, it will make you non-religious, and two, it'll put a microchip in you.
I think I'm done fighting this. What I am going to lie back and just accept is this is just another mass die-off. Like, we had one at the Permian, we had one, we've had 7 or 8 pretty good ones. Like, this one could... I mean, it's going to be nowhere near the KT extinction, but I think if we
Don't
really
get me started about the KT.
don't get me started, guys. But I think if we knuckle down and we shoulder the load, we put our heads down, we fucking
Share
really
the load.
share the load. I bet we could probably knock. What did the plague do? A couple million.
What we could aim for Spanish flu numbers.
Well, Spanish flu was a drop in the bucket compared to the plague. I say we make the plague look like a small occasion where you shit yourself accidentally.
The thing is like during the Spanish flu, there's people like, hey, wear a mask, and there's other people like, my freedom.
Yeah. I love those old timey pictures of like a whole family in 1912 standing, posing for a photo, all wearing masks, even the cat. I hope you've seen that one.
I have.
If you can't,
great.
go find it. It's good. Guys, let's take a quick break and listen to another voicemail because we still got lots of them to go. So, Krista, what do you got next?
Hey, Dave, it's RJ. I want to respect your decision to try new things, but changing fistfulofpodcast.com to a foreign lingerie site, I don't think was the right move.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to ask that you bring the podcast back, and then I can continue to make memes for it. Thanks.
My lingerie.
So, did you guys... maybe you guys don't know, but you know who took over our domain after the show died?
I've typed. See, when I started aiming to become an educator, I started looking up my name, and luckily you can't find me with this show. But I did look at fistfulofpodcast.com, and it is Asian lingerie.
Yeah, it's like go to the site and hit the little
not
button.
Going to. This is a good computer.
It's got viruses.
At some point, go to that site and hit the translate button. I don't think I could personally craft a piece of finer comedy than just Google translating this, like, basically jerk off hand job website and they offer all sorts of girls. That's the part that I love most. They're not like, hey, sure, it's a Chinese website. We got Americans, we got Indians, we got Japanese and Koreans. They will jack you off to the fullest of their ability.
I'm ready, David.
To the law.
Fistfulofpodcast.com says, let's radiate the sexual desire accumulated at the Sexual Feeling Beauty Salon.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
All right.
I got a swanky lifestyle.
If you're tired of diverging with dairy her and soap, we recommend getting an erotic massage from Osaka.
Right, here's the thing. I'm sure they're like, hey, man, this helps you clean. Okay, so the time to wash a body part to the time to make it come, huge gap there. I can clean my penis off in 15 seconds or less.
I can do it as fast as I want.
I don't think the next 7 minutes are going to make it any cleaner than it already was, and in fact might make it dirtier in the long run. So I mean, don't say, hey, this will clean off your dick. No, because it'll get, there's sputum all over it now.
Oh. See, I say that I can't go to this website. It'll give my computer viruses. But David got me into RetroPies, and I go to the seediest websites.
Yeah,
they're always in French.
What?
For the Raspberry Pis. So to get all the games and stuff, you got to go to seedy places.
Illegal ROMs.
Yeah, because Nintendo's
the
not
dark web.
Yeah. He's on the dark web. Andy's getting a bootleg copy of Mega Man 3.
Like the best one.
A moonshine, like a mason jar full of actual moonshine, and a small Filipino boy to clean his bathroom.
Yep. And he has to help me play Mega Man 3.
Some sort of protein shake that isn't approved by the FDA.
Some sort of
Instead of whey, it says what?
What?
It has the question mark. I don't
What
understand.
protein?
Oh, speaking of like buying shit online, now that we're on this topic, like I get, and I also want to support independent creators and whatnot, but Amazon has truly ruined the market for them because my favorite band, the Electric Six, they're like, hey, we're putting out T-shirts and masks, all the stuff with all of our new logo and whatever on it. I'm like, yeah. So I go and grab myself a Electric Six mask. I ordered that shit 4 weeks ago. Amazon, they would have dropped it off that day and been like, sorry, it's so late. But like, and I also ordered another mask with a Dunkleosteus on the face to show my Devonian pride.
Oh man, now I want one of those. That's one of my favorite ones.
Oh, I know. And even that took 3 weeks to get here.
No, I'm not. I love that thing.
Yeah, the Dunkleosteus, apex predator of the Devonian. Do not fuck with that.
It has sword
thing.
teeth, Andy.
Yeah, and it's got an armor head. It's like if you, let's say you took a...
See what happened? See what you've done to us, Andy?
Say you take a tiger, right? And then you put armor all over its fucking head, and then you put that thing in the water, that's a Dunkleosteus.
Oh
That's
my
cool.
god.
David, I upgraded to a Raspberry Pi 4 so I can play Dreamcast games.
I have not taken the plunge yet because I do want a Raspberry Pi 4. Don't get me wrong.
But you have to overclock it to make it good for Dreamcast and Nintendo 64, of course.
Here's my problem. I have no problem overclocking it or whatever, but getting a like retro style N64 controller mapped properly, I would rather stick that thing up my ass than map it to a Raspberry Pi.
See, Adam and I were just using Xbox controllers. It works fine.
Yeah.
Like with the two, like,
Like the C buttons are the sticks. It's the C button. The C buttons is the other stick.
But what about the other stick, the middle stick for this controller?
The middle stick is the left stick, dude.
Well, what the fuck? I've gone through every controller I own. How is this? Whatever.
What about the Duke one? That one will probably work.
You ain't touching the Duke.
I don't want it. It's too big.
You leave the Duke alone.
We played GoldenEye, and each of us looked at each other afterwards like, this game kind of sucks.
Like, I don't know if the controls just didn't translate well or if it was just always bad.
No, we could break out GoldenEye right now, just normal, and I'm pretty sure it would still suck.
No, yeah, it does. That's the thing. You would make accommodations for shitty design and handling because it was brand new, man.
It's all we had then.
Like, if you were to hop into, like, the first horseless carriage, you'd be like, yeah, this sucks my balls. Because,
a horseless carriage?
Yeah, like that steam pot in the back and the fire's always burning you and it'll singe your old-timey mustache.
You know, constantly spitting boiling water at the back of your neck.
Yeah, and by the time you get there, bam, spaghetti.
Got a colander right under the engine.
Also, guys, speaking of things you buy, I bought a fanny pack.
Oh, my God.
Great.
Next
topic.
Here's what I want you to know about this fanny pack. Right after this, Crystal, let's hear your voicemail.
Okay. Jeez.
Hello, Dave, Krista, Andy, and Adam. It's been 2 years since your last broadcast.
Derek's so sleepy.
It's nice to hear that you're coming back.
Oh, I thought Derek aged
something.
20 years.
I've missed you.
Oh.
And obviously, since you went away, the whole world's got into crisis. Well, we're doing well here in England.
Sure,
some of us are, the ones that are still alive. I hope you have fun today, and we'll hear from you soon. Goodbye.
Despo.
This good old Despo.
Yay.
Getting in touch with him. He's got his own kid, too. Anyway, back to my fanny pack. So, impossible to find one in real life that isn't like leopard print or gold lame or all those things that you don't want if you're a right-thinking, cisgendered, heterosexual male.
Oh,
Am I right, guys?
Stop right now.
Pump brakes.
Anyway, what I did was...
Uh-oh, the podcast went in the trash.
How'd that happen?
Oh, there's ants on it. This one's bad. We'll have to make a new one.
Let me tell you, one of the things I'm super worried about is woke culture because I am the opposite of woke. I'm going to put like a disclaimer at the front of every episode being like, hey, man.
Fast asleep.
I'm in a coma.
Anyway, so yeah, got my fanny pack, and I obviously don't wear it around my waist like I'm a 90s dad going to Disneyland. I wear it over the shoulder like a messenger bag, and I love this thing.
That's the fashion, David.
It lets me cut down on all the useless shit, because if you get a bag, like a messenger bag, you're going to fill it with shit because you're like, what if? If you're the space you can put the things you can carry around is slightly larger than your ball sack extended to its full extreme, you are very picky. You
See,
say,
I've
well,
got several fanny pack style chrome bags, and I
So
still
awesome.
pack that thing full of shit. It's like, here's my chapstick and my floss and a lighter in case I need one. I never need one, but here's one.
Yeah.
And some aspirin and a knife. You always need a knife.
So if you're not wearing it around your fanny, then don't you have to call it something different?
Well,
backpack.
Like an Abby pack?
technically they aren't called fanny packs because fanny means pussy in England.
Well,
so
yeah, they're called something different over the pond.
I think when I bought this, it didn't call it a fanny pack either. They were trying to make it seem like it wasn't like a 90s mom going to SeaWorld sort of thing, and it was more like a hip, cool, minimalist dude sort of thing. But
I mean, they've been trying to do that with messenger bags for forever, but I still get every once in a while I still get somebody like, "Hey, man purse," like, "Hey, fuck off."
Like,
hey, fuck you.
With things the way they are, whatever. But that's the thing. When I went from my messenger bag to my fanny pack, I realized how much shit that I had been packing into my bag over the years. That like I don't need 4 tins of beard balm in my bag. I haven't had a beard that requires balm for months.
Why did you have 4 tins of beard balm in your bag?
That's a good question. Answer.
Different smells.
So
different smells.
Number
This is
one,
my
different
4 o'clock
smells.
smell.
Different smells. Number 2, beard maintenance, guys. You go out and it's an extra dry day. You got to balm it. If it's an extra humid day, it'll wear away. You wipe that off, apply new. There's always a good reason to have beard balm handy.
Sure.
There's nothing funny about that.
There's nothing funny about that. There wasn't.
Listen, that's just a real thing, damn it. But yeah, I've got a lighter. Never like I here's the thing. When you put a lighter in your bag or your pocket, in your mind you're thinking the scene plays out like it's night, fog. You're on a street corner outside of a hot nightclub under a street lamp shining a single beam of light through the fog down on a wonderfully dressed blonde-haired woman who's like casually looking for a lighter as she has her cigarette in her mouth. So
looking for a sex.
So you run up in your Keds and your Monster Hunter shirt, and you're like, "Aha!" Click, and then
sprinting out of the darkness with a small bit of fire in your hand.
You know what I was thinking when I bought my lighter is, hey, I play a lot of bar trivia with these other people who disappear and come back smelling like weed after asking everybody in the bar for a lighter. Perhaps I should carry one.
But then
This will speed up my quiz time.
But then are you giving them your lighter and then not getting it back?
Oh no, they'll give it back. I told them to.
Here's what I want to do to the one I got, because Krista got us ones that are like USB charge, so they use electricity, so you never have to spill.
It's pretty cool.
So what I'm going to do is maybe, like, you know how banks will put chains on their pens? I'll put 30, 40 feet on my lighter. And be like, so if somebody, like, because everybody at work smokes, I'll say, hey, grab this, but if you fucking disappear, I'm following this right to your ass. Understand?
David's going to bring back the wallet chains, but for lighters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the shutdown happened so rapidly, like all the things that we enjoyed doing, including just going to school. It was like I went to spring break, and during spring break, they're like, sorry.
Don't come back.
All the bars shut down, and Alex and I used to go to bar trivia every Monday.
It's weird. And the thing is, like, nobody wants to put their shit on hold for just a couple of weeks.
Nope.
Like,
and immediately I was like, well, I understand. And then they're like, hey, bar's back up. I was like, I don't think so.
Bad idea. Yeah, here, the place I work for, one of the doctor zones, it's just like, here's what should have happened. We should have seen a 2-week decrease in numbers. Then they say, hey, great, open up. What they did was see a 2-week plateau. So we were at maximum saturation. It's like if you were walking into your bathroom, you're like, that sponge looks pretty dry. I'm going to piss on it. And you piss into it, and it soaks up the whole load. And you're like, fucking awesome. Then you leave and come back, and there's still some piss in that sponge, but you got to go again. That sponge is taking no more piss. You wait till the piss is gone. It has to dry up.
In Arizona?
You squeeze it. Do something with the piss. Then you piss on it again.
Yeah, it's called a snowbird toilet.
Listen. I can make no excuses.
Oh, no, I was just talking about Arizona.
No, I know. I can make no excuses for this state. As soon as we hit number 50 on the list of literally everything, what do?
Yeah, Arizona's been, like, top of the charts for a while now.
I never, in a million years.
I never.
The U.S. still complete all of its states. We still have Missouri, Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, and Arizona's number 50? What?
We're sorry, David.
You can only do so much.
Well,
I'm
if you
doing what I
choose to
can.
live in a literal hell, expect demons.
Well, I mean, I
He's
guess
not wrong.
You got me there. Yeah, there you go.
It's gonna. Oh, I watched Popeye, the Robin Williams Popeye.
That's fun.
Why?
Because I'd never seen it, and I really wanted to see. Oh God, the chick from The Shining act like a total cunt the whole time.
Shelley Duvall.
Yeah, Shelley Duvall in that movie. She's like, I'm olive oil.
She's a bad actress.
No, she did a great olive oil. If olive oil had been raised wrong.
Well, and maybe we need more of that, like more live action cartoon movies. Because what you want, whenever I think of a cartoon, what I want to see when it's portrayed on the big screen is literally everything that makes it fun. Like take away all the zany physics, all the wacky items you can pull out of nowhere, and just make it, a down-to-earth story about a sailor just trying to raise a baby with a stranger.
Oh man, a gritty Popeye movie? That'd be pretty cool.
like Sweet Pea.
I lost my eye in the war.
Sweet Pea's always, or maybe it's like Mad Max meets Popeye. So like Sweet Pea's got like a little Voorhees Jason mask on, and like Olive Oil just has like some.
Just walk away. Just walk away and we'll spare your lives.
Popeye's haunted by the ghosts of all his friends that he lost at Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
And that's Wimpy. They're all Wimpy.
Well, no, Wimpy has to die in the movie, but I think Olive Oil should have like one of those native bones through her nose and a couple through her nipples.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
It's
like
Mad
in
Max.
Don't you remember Furiosa with her bone nose and nipples?
Yeah, this isn't your daddy's Popeye. This is today's ultra edgy fuck you up Popeye.
So you're gonna kind of turn it into Waterworld, I guess. So
Yeah.
instead of looking for water, they're looking for dry land.
Yeah, and he's also eating water spinach.
Yeah, we call that kelp.
Or maybe that's it. Like instead of looking for dry land, they're looking for spinach. But here's the thing.
Fabled vegetable.
Let me ask you a quick question about Waterworld while we're talking about it.
Yes, Dennis Hopper was lovely.
Undoubtedly the best part of the movie. But when you melt all of the Earth's ice, would it not make the ocean passably drinkable? Salinity-wise, guys?
I don't think so.
But there's so much water. Like, if all the land is gone, how is there still enough salt to be like, yeah, still can't touch this shit?
There's a lot of salt in the ocean.
I imagine it would be marginally better, but...
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wouldn't be like Aquafina.
Have you seen my Aquavulva?
It definitely wouldn't be like drinking aftershave, but I bet it would be like not salty enough where you're like, ugh. You'd probably be like, oh, let's just use a little pepper.
I've never seen that movie.
It's not worth it.
It's 2 hours of Dennis Hopper going, yeah, and
No.
Kevin Costner drinking his pee.
No, it's 18 minutes of Dennis Hopper going, yeah, while Kevin Costner abuses 2 women on a boat while he drinks his own piss.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's like, hey, have you ever wanted to like, could you ever just like take a domestic violence abuse situation, put it on a boat, and then also remove the toilet, and that's Waterworld.
It's also Titanic.
Also, yes, but
everywhere's the ocean. Everywhere's a toilet.
Right? How come you don't see Kevin Costner dropping a log off the side of his ship? We get to see him pee and drink it, but we don't get to see him be like, well, it's that time of day, and like he just squats over to the side, and you hear this like plop plop.
Oh, just because he poops it out into a nice frying pan.
Yeah. You don't see him do it because he does it when he's diving with his fish gills.
Oh yeah, but then imagine you're the woman and the girl, and he's like, I'm gonna go down and get some fish, and he's like, okay, I can't wait till you get back and hit me again, and he goes down, and like 2 or 3 minutes later, these like logs just start surfacing.
Bloop.
I don't know what kind of fish he's getting down there. These ones don't look edible. Ugh. All right, guys, let's take another quick break. Let's hear another voicemail because we got a ton of them to plow through still. So, Krista, what do you got?
What's up, FFOP? This is Randy.
Regular Randy.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. I just want to give a shout-out to Dave, Andy, Adam, Krista, and Elliot. It's nice to hear from you guys.
Elliot's not even on the show.
Everyone's doing well.
Yeah. So, Randy sent me this one first, and then he sent me the character one. Little did I know, he works inside of a ceiling fan.
Oh, well, yeah. He seems to live in the vents of a house or something.
Yeah, I think he just moved, and I think it may have been from a house to a ventilation duct. So,
Maybe it's almost time for a game.
Godspeed. Okay, so let's guys, it's the reunion show, so of course we're pulling out a game, and it's a classic.
Blow the dust off.
Blow the dust off, knock off the cobwebs, because we are playing Would You Rather. Oh boy, forgot.
So long.
Really forgot how long that was.
I don't remember that being the theme song.
That's that's the old Ding and Fart remix for Would You Rather. So Andy, since this was your favorite game, and you're the one who gave us the recommendation for it, why don't you give us what you got?
Okay, David and Adam, I guess, and Krista,
and
hi
Elliot.
everybody.
Elliot,
Elliot, get in here.
Right.
Respond.
Forgot that used to be one of my favorite bits.
Let me get her in here real quick. Right. All right, she's not coming, Andy. Go ahead.
Would you rather be Donald Trump's new yes man,
Ugh.
or turn into a Karen every full moon?
Oh no.
Fuck. So, when you're becoming a were Karen every full moon, that's until you die?
Yes.
So there's no...
Unless you can find a cure. You have to kill the Karen that bit you.
Yeah, but you need like Karen's Bane or something.
Yeah.
So
the Karen's Bane, that's called a manager that says no.
If I become the yes man, is that just till the end of his term or like forever?
It's till the end of his term.
Okay.
So at most 90 days.
No, at most it'd be
At
another
most 4 years.
4 more
Let's
years.
let's be real. This is not a place where we're going to talk about what.
We don't talk about the nowhere times.
Okay, so when I am turning into this were Karen or a Waren, if you will,
Yes.
it's only when the moon's out.
Yes, but if it's one of those weird things where you can see the moon during the day, you will turn into a day Karen, like a day walker.
I feel like that happens more often.
I was like, oh, you can skate by because most of the places you want to go close at night. But if I'm going to be a day walking were Karen, do I have the? Can I ask for your? Or can I see your manager haircut?
Yes, it's the whole thing. It's like the transformation sequence from American Werewolf in London.
Okay,
Is that the
then
one where he like rips through his skin?
Yep.
Oh God.
man. Okay, well, what about this? Since most Karens have shitty Karen kids, do I reproduce by budding and then they dissolve after the transformation is complete? What's happening there?
No, but you do like you sense the other were Karens and you form a pack.
Oh no.
Oh, now where am I in the hierarchy of this were Karen pack?
Somewhere in the middle. Like you're not like the Queen Bee Karen with her like big hairdo.
Yeah, you got to fight your way up there.
I want to be the alpha Karen.
Well, then you're gonna have to be meaner to people that you come in contact
I'm gonna have
with.
to claw my way up to the top of the were Karen pile.
I mean, can I just like stay at home, or do I have like a compulsion to go out to retail?
If you have a compulsion to go out to retail, if you stay at home for longer than an hour, you have to invite other Karens over and have a wine mom party, and then go to retail.
Oh no, gotta get all boozed up first.
Some boozy birds looking for some shoes.
Looking for some deals.
Okay, so if am I just basically taking the heat for all this shit, or like if he says, "Uh-oh, I crap myself again," do I have to change his depends?
So no, you are his yes man. So you are with him at all times, and he's gonna bounce stupid ideas off of you, and without any ugh or smirking, you have to say yes, wonderful.
Well, okay, what's the pay?
You get 1 gold toilet a month.
That's pretty good.
That's what? Yeah, like what benefits, monetary or otherwise, do I get from being a were Karen?
You get free things out of it.
Yeah, whenever you go shopping, you will get a 10% discount off of something you claim was damaged.
That's the beauty of it. Like anything can be free as long as you have zero self-respect, and that's what Karens are.
Yeah, and you can just yell until somebody goes fine.
Okay, so when I become this were Karen, how long do the transformations last? Like, does it have to run out of the system, or is this going to be one of those zany, off-brand movies where if a cloud goes over the moon, I can swap back, but as soon as the light hits me again, I'm back to were Karen?
It's going to be pretty much exactly like you see in werewolf movies. You're going to wake up naked in a cemetery, covered in what your lips are stained red from the red wine you've been drinking.
Of course, that was a good
and you're
one.
covered in discounts. All the things you've gotten for discounted prices.
Got manager name tags all around you.
Yeah, you wake up one day and you're like, huh, and it clasped in between your teeth is the throat of a Target manager. Oh my God, it's happened again!
A box wine that's been torn into.
Yeah, just 3 claw marks, rah.
I don't mind this,
boy.
Karen.
Oh God,
character.
not again.
Oh, but then you're an asshole for
Only for a
everybody.
short period of time.
Right, but then the people who know you aren't going to be like, well...
But do they know that you're aware, Karen, on those days?
That's a good question, Andy.
Only if you get your cycle wrong.
What?
As the yes man, am I just a yes man behind closed doors, or is this like a public display that people know that I'm agreeing with?
Yeah, so even when he gives public speeches and he says something stupid, he's going to turn to you.
When he looks off the camera.
No. and the camera will pan over and you'll just be like, yes, sir. Good,
I
great.
totally agree.
Yeah, you would have to give him like that fake ass big smile and like the double thumbs up. So you're basically Kellyanne Conway.
Yeah, but prettier.
That sucks. Well, yeah, anything. Like you could be a toad. All right.
Can I be a toad?
You're gonna be a toady.
Okay.
Are the golden toilets I get from Trump, are they used from Mar-a-Lago?
They're not used from Mar-a-Lago, but they are used from his personal quarters.
So that's probably completely splattered on the inside.
His hindquarters.
After he's destroyed one with too many hamburgers.
All those McDonald's burgers.
He goes, well, this one's your pay.
Oh man!
But you can turn them into the mints and get your money. You have to clean them first, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want Ugh.
Can you get somebody to clean
And he also
it for
doesn't
you?
have anybody to transport them for you, so you have to move these solid gold toilets.
So I'm gonna get jacked while I'm doing this job.
So am I? When he says, "Yeah, this one's yours," I have to literally undo the bolts, remove the wax ring, like empty all the water. Like this is like basically I'm swapping out his toilet.
Yeah.
Gross.
And gold's like heavy.
Yeah.
Like really heavy, guys. Someone look up gold. It's heavy.
It says right here, gold
Die Hard
heavy.
3, Samuel L. Jackson's like, wow, this is heavier than in movies.
Yeah, like gold's a heavy metal. All right, I think I've.
I mean, at the same time, like he is using this toilet, but I feel like it's a brand new toilet every month. Like maybe it won't be that dirty. It's not like a public restroom.
But he's giving them to you after he's completely destroyed them.
Okay.
Well, so you're essentially replacing the toilet with the toilet that you're going to get the following month.
I have to bring in the new toilet too?
Yeah, you're the yes man.
He's got to shit somewhere. So can you somehow finagle something where it doesn't get super dirty? I don't know, put like a plastic around it that you can just rip off when you take it.
Are you going to saran wrap the president's
Yeah, could I pull a hilarious Trump prank where I saran wrap over the bowl and
Not the top, just like around the side.
It's gonna
on the
get
inside.
poop all over the sides.
Well, the one time you tried that, he comes in and says it's not shiny enough. And he makes you throw that one in the garbage. You don't get paid that month.
Oh man! And then just imagine how many other like scrubs will be out there with little tiny pickaxes chipping away at my golden toilet.
Tiny miners.
Oh, these goddamn gnomes! Get back to your minds! Tiny pickaxes and shit. God,
Return to your oak trees.
Trump got the toilet.
All right, man. I think I know what I've landed.
I'm pretty torn. Somebody else go first.
So you get a toilet every month. That's if he stays in. That's a lot of toilets, but then there's no America. So I'm going Karen. I'm going Karen unhinged.
Where am I going to spend those toilets if there's no more
I'm
country?
going where Karen? Yeah. It's like in Day of the Dead when he pulls out all that money. Ken, what's his name? Ken Forey, and he's like, maybe someday. That money ain't gonna be used. Ken, come on.
See, David, all you have to do is make yourself a shopping list. So when you turn into Where Karen, you drunkenly look at it and be like, oh yeah, I did need Xbox games.
Yep.
Oh yeah, my shopping list too. Like it'll be one of those hilarious ones where it's like things to buy today, and the number one on the list. Guess what, guys? It's always wine. It's wine. It's written there. I mean, somebody wrote it on every page. I can't even it's there. I gotta get the
wine
one.
100 times. I think David swayed me. I don't want to be the Burgess Meredith in the ruins of America, surrounded by gold toilets.
There was time now. It was time to shit.
Time enough for it all.
Wow, that's a good one.
And then what? Do I break my butt? I can't use the toilets anymore.
No, but well, I mean, yeah, technically, because there's not going to be no running water, so you're going to have to use the toilet until it's literally to the brim.
Oh God!
Oh.
But it's gold. Krista.
Andy had me at the Karen Wolf when he said wine and shopping. So
hungry like the Karen Wolf.
So Karen's across the board.
Yeah, and not only that, you can do some sweet moto surfing.
I don't know what that is.
What? No, but Teen Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Jesus
Look
Christ.
at all these radical Karens.
Yeah, imagine
They're all
seeing
on top of vans with their boxes of wine.
They're going to high school.
Yeah, imagine seeing a Karen Unleashed with her let me talk to your manager haircut with a camel pack full of rosé, just doing handstands on their buddy's milk truck.
You hear their mournful cries.
Yeah. Plus, they'll get into your chicken coop and bite the heads off of one every once in a while.
That just happened to my sister. She just lost like half her chickens.
To Karen's.
To a Karen.
To Karen.
There's lipstick on their necks.
The Karen.
Karen.
They've been kissing these chickens.
Get out of Karen. Get out of here.
Oh, shit. All right.
It's hard for a cougar when the bars aren't open and she scurries off.
Meow. Guys, let's take another break. Then we're going to come back. And Adam, I think, has got a Would You Rather. So, Krista, what do you got?
What's up, guys? It's your resident Poop Jay. And I've not spoken to you guys in forever, but I'm glad to see that you guys are coming back.
I miss my old poop.
To do another episode. And I want to ask you guys a question that I feel like would be interesting.
Huh?
I'm curious, if you guys had to choose the villain from a horror film, and you had to go up against all the other villains from horror films, what would you guys choose?
If we're the villain?
So I have to be a villain?
You choose one horror villain, and it goes up against all the other ones.
Oh.
I was going to say the thing from It Follows, but I don't think any of those monsters fuck.
Right. So, listen, this is a no-brainer, obviously. I got to go with my man Voorhees, because he is literally indestructible.
And Freddy Krueger's also unkillable, and he can get in their dreams. Do monsters sleep? Do monsters dream of electric sheep?
Of scary sheep?
No, monsters dream of electric victims.
This might be stretching the bounds of it a bit, but I'd have to go with the Thing.
Oh, he could become the other monsters.
He could devour other monsters and become them, use their abilities. I don't know if that means he would get dream powers, but...
But here's the inherent flaw in this question, and PJ should have stipulated. I'm going to get at him later. PJ, come on, man. What he should have stipulated was, what are the limitations? Because in each of their cinematic universes, every one of them is, in essence, indestructible.
They're all apex predators.
Right.
I picked Godzilla 1998.
I picked Tyrannosaurus from Jurassic Park.
Well, shit. I mean, if horror movie villains can just be giant monsters, I'm going with Cthulhu from Call of Cthulhu. Because he won't even kill the other antagonist. He'll destroy the whole fucking world. Because guess what?
True.
He can fuck off to literally any other planet in the solar system.
God. Just because Cthulhu already fucks with dreams so much, I don't know if Freddy would be totally screwed or not.
Could you imagine Freddy running around this little boiler room and he's like, tee chasing after him, and it turns out the boiler room
skipping.
The boiler room is just in a tiny little Christmas ornament that Cthulhu hangs on his tree because he is a Christian. He loves Jesus.
So it was either Godzilla or Pinhead from Hellraiser, because he'll just leather daddy everybody's nipples off.
I'm still gonna go with the Thing.
It also depends on the movie, because if it's Hellraiser Resurrection, it's played by a different guy, and his biggest scare tactic is saying no in a deep voice.
See, but if we're going by movie, let's go with Leprechaun in the Hood, because all he does, anybody who wants to fight him, he tears their leg off and beats them with it. That's his go-to move.
And he smokes a lot of weed.
Yes, I do.
I think, if we're putting ourselves into that position, we're not saying, hey, Jason, go fight. We're saying, I'm going to take over this avatar. Maybe Leprechaun would be okay, because all you do is get high, mess with people where the stakes are so low it doesn't matter if you kill them or not, but you're fighting other monsters, so no, that would suck.
But
if making the world a better place.
If we're doing an Avatar thing, maybe a Gremlin, because they have a lot of fun.
True.
It's true.
I'm still staying with Cthulhu.
Okay, I'll go with Pinhead, I guess.
All right, Adam, give us a would you rather.
Would you rather have basically a D&D character sheet of yourself that you have to live your life by?
Okay.
Or be constantly judged by a live studio audience?
Here's the most important question that will be ever asked regarding this scenario. Is your character one sheet indestructible?
That is a good question.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. You're the one coming up with this stuff.
Yeah, it's indestructible.
Okay.
If you lost it, there wouldn't be anything left of you.
Right, because that's if your being is so tangibly connected to this slip of paper, then goodbye, essentially.
Yeah, right. It's basically hard coded.
But
got it.
Yeah, they could tattoo it on your back.
So we got what was the other one? I've already forgotten.
Judged by live studio audience.
Oh man,
does that seem like there's a downside of that to me?
There is a downside. like, are they there? Are they actually there? Like, if I look over, is a part of my house missing? And there's some bleachers?
It's kind of wherever you perceive the fourth wall to be.
Oh, so you can just like look to camera and be like, it's a living or something like that. Okay.
Whenever you would be looking to the camera for a reaction, then they're there and they give you some sort of audio cue.
Let me ask you this. Let's say I want to go for a bike ride. Do I have one of those, like, those little things that you can pull behind your bike, you put a kid in, but it's huge and there's a yeah. Do I have a wagon full of a studio audience that I'm like desperately trying to go down the street, trying to carry all these people watching me fail?
Depending on the situation, if something embarrassing happens on your bike ride and you look to the side, there'll be like a semi-truck with an open side, like driving down the road alongside you.
Those crafty motherfuckers. Okay, so
they're wherever they need to be.
With the one sheet, can you update your stats?
When you earn enough experience.
Can I dual class?
Yes.
Cool.
What are the classes again? We got warrior,
There's
magic
too many
person.
To name. Can I be an Info Knight?
we got goblin.
Goblin's not a class.
That's a race.
We got hobbit class.
Another race.
There's meat eater class. There's kitty class.
There's featherweight.
Featherweight. There's you got tomato cans.
Do we get to choose our own, or do people choose it for us?
For which one?
Like our character.
Oh.
You can gear towards different builds as you continue to level up.
Because you still have to be incumbent by the laws of real life, so you can't pop out of your mom and be like, I'm going to be an elf. You're pretty much just whatever
I'm a bard. Ding.
More tankards of ale, mother.
With this live studio audience, let's say things are getting frisky.
Okay.
Do they do the ooh or do they clap for me?
It depends on the situation. Usually it's going to be the ooh unless it's like some sort of makeup sex.
If things get too involved, do people start throwing up in the stands? Like, let's say you go apeshit and I decide, like, late in life, like, let's say I'm 50 and I decide I'm a sick furry fucker. Like, will my bedroom just be a constant flowing river of vomit?
No, they never, like, they don't have to perform any bodily functions, so I think vomit would be included in that.
I think it would be awesome if they were like in just like a big plexiglass cube and they could all just drown.
Now,
God,
is this more of a live studio audience or is it more of a pre-recorded?
That's a good
Big
question.
Bang Theory studio audience.
I mean, what's the difference these days?
One of them only laughs and it's creepy.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, they have more than just one dimension.
So they're alive. We're not hearing the laughter of people who died in the 40s.
No.
Spooky. Can you imagine how pissed off those people are? Their laughs are being being played over tons of unfunny shit, and they're just like, I'm not doing that! Like,
I don't get it!
No! Big Bang is not funny!
That's some Black Mirror shit.
So, Adam, what if I got my character sheet, but someone changes the game?
I mean, the game is always changing.
Do I have to alter my sheet?
You gotta hate the game, not the players, man.
No, you have one character sheet, Andy. If you didn't stat well enough for any given situation, then that's your own fault.
Does magic exist then because of this sheet?
Yes, depending on your character class.
So no magic in the studio audience.
I mean, there's the magic of laughter.
Well, yeah, like the magic of broadcast television. I understand.
How often do I have very special episodes?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I mean, that would be up to you. I mean, there are some situations that are beyond your control.
Well, yeah, like, wouldn't that would be like your life? Like, if you come home and your kid, you find your kid slamming heroin in the bathroom.
Yeah,
like
slamming
you just found yourself in the middle of a very special episode, my friend.
Or what about
it does seem to
finale?
happen with more frequency since you've gotten the studio audience. Like somebody might be scripting it.
Damn it,
Truman Show.
I'm not into that reality bullshit.
So, do you have a series finale when you die?
Oh no.
The show just ends.
Oh man, sometimes do I have like clip shows?
That'd be like a dream.
You do have like remember when episodes every once in a while. We have very vivid flashbacks,
but I lose chunks of time.
You do blackout.
So when I die, basically the studio audience makes no mention of it. They just like single file, silently file out of the room that I died in.
Move on to the next show.
All right, I kind of like that.
Do they move on to the next show or like the next of kin?
Oh no, when you're resurrected.
Yeah, your curse is passed on to your next generation.
Yeah, I was worried this was a blood curse. Oh, I should have asked that about the Karen one. Is that a blood curse? Anyway.
Yeah, you
right.
were cursed by a sitcom gypsy.
Oh, damn it. So
It's just Charlie Sheen in like a babushka.
God. All right.
He comes up and he strokes your cheek and goes, winning.
Oh, God. All right, I think I'm out of questions.
Now, you guys haven't asked the really important ones yet, but
I-
I'll let you
I
decide.
asked the most important one. If
Yeah,
the-
the indestructible sheet.
yeah, it's got to be laminated or something. That's really
But you
important.
do have to roll for skill checks.
Oh, yeah, well,
Anytime I do something, or there's some things that
I mean, anytime you do something that's
Oh,
above
shit.
mundane.
So let me ask you this. If mundane is walking into your bathroom taking a piss. What if I got to go super bad? Does that somehow kick it into a heightened, elevated situation that now I have to roll dice?
That would be a low-level constitution skill check in order to hold it in.
Okay,
Is
all
this
right.
some Jumanji ass shit where I got these cursed dice when they start hitting the floor, it's time to go?
Let's say yes.
Oh, man.
Don't roll a 1.
So do I always keep like a Dungeon Master style bag of dice around my belt?
No, you have like a spirit-bound set of
Soul
dice.
die.
Oh. Now, are those customizable?
Oh, they reflect your soul.
Okay, so
David's are made of dinosaur bones.
that's cool. That's cool. All right. This is starting to gain on the studio audience.
I think I'm ready to
I think so too. The dice
also
was
for the
important.
studio audience, it is broadcast live.
Damn it. That's fine. I'm famous now.
Taking a doo-doo. Well, okay.
Famous for taking the best doo-doos.
Remember the doo-doo episode?
It's
Much-
every other episode, dude.
Much ado about doo-doo. Guys, so if this is being broadcast, am I being financially compensated?
I mean, just for your regular job.
All right.
You have no
Okay.
choice in this.
All right. I'm ready. I want a studio audience.
I figured you might.
I love the idea of the dice and the magic, and I love the idea of possibly getting a leather mug. But if I could give up literally anything and everything I own for one thing, it would be constant attention.
I'm going with the character sheet because I like the idea of my soul dice.
That's pretty cool.
And then anytime something fucks up, I can blame it on that.
That's true.
And
But
leveling up things is fun too. I forgot about that.
But before I let you cement that one as your decision, what do your soul dice look like?
They're
Mega Man colors.
green.
Green?
Nice. Wow. Your imagination
Character of Andy's
is
soul.
mind-blowing.
Green.
Yes, green. Krista.
Oh God, I think I'm gonna go with the character sheet. I
Okay.
do like the thought of like leveling up and all that RPG
See,
kind of
that's the
stuff.
thing. It's so compelling. So like any other two options on there, if one of them is like D&D style level up, nailed it. It's in the bag. But you're like, hey, what about unending attention from literally everybody and strangers? Yeah, of course that wins for me. So Krista, you want your soul dice?
Yeah, what are your soul dice, Krista?
Oh
Also
God,
green.
giraffe
Like a
print.
Okay,
sort of a
giraffe print.
beige.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, guys. Let's hear
Like
another
giraffe
voice.
bones.
Let's hear another. Yeah, endangered giraffe bones. Like, sorry, I had to choose something. Make no friends over at PETA. So let's hear another voicemail. Let's be back, and then I'll ask you a "Would you rather" question.
Hopefully it's short.
Hello.
it's
Hi
true.
everyone. In case you haven't recognized my iconic but very rusty greeting, this is Trum calling in.
Yeah, he had to write this
it's
all
me,
out.
finally saying something other than hello.
Breaking his phone silence.
Bye.
He's recording in the public
How's
bathroom.
everyone doing? Hope you all staying safe during this, well, let's quote my school administration as very uncertain times. I heard of this reunion show about a week ago from David, and he's been on my ass since then to get this recording done. So here it is. Anyways, I guess we're doing like a "Where Are They Now" kind of segment, so I'll give some update about myself. Well, since last time I was on the show, I finished college. I moved to Texas for grad school.
Stairs and queers.
I hate
12.
it here, but it's better than getting deported, so here I am.
Sure.
I mean, maybe
School
at this
starts
point.
in a month, which is perfect because I turned 21 this year, and now I can be a legal alcoholic in grad school, and I grew my hair out. I don't know if you've seen my recent picture.
It's ridiculous.
I don't post any, but yeah, I look a lot different than
He's
my
got this disgusting
Facebook
long
profile
hair. It's horrible.
might lead you to believe.
That's a rippling
And I
muscle.
play a lot of Rocket League still.
Nice.
I'm still addicted to that game, and it's kind of David and Krista's fault for buying it
Hardly.
4 years ago.
Hardly.
So, thanks. Also, Rocket League is going free to
Krista,
play
pause this really
later
quick.
this summer, so please check it out.
I want to interject here. First of all, you wouldn't blame a heroin dealer for giving someone their first hit.
Yes,
no,
I would.
You blame them for every hit after that because the first one's free. You could have said no. You could
The
have
first
said no.
one also counts.
No, you could have said no. Hit it, Krista.
Yes, you know, anything that's
Great
free
game.
doesn't count.
And hit me up if you ever want to play. Other than that, my actual staff recommendation is
Oh
a
my
book
God.
called An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. It's his
by
debut
Hank Green.
novel, and it was super good. So check it out, and maybe a sequel too.
He
if you
sounds
feel up to
tired.
it. Well,
Everybody
that's
gets
my checking in for FFOP Radio reunion show. I'm not sure who's participating right now, but I'm guessing the whole crew. So hi, David and Krista, and Adam and Andy.
Look at that.
Hope to do another one soon down the road sometimes if David ever spin this show back up. And for now, bye.
There's String. How many voicemails do we have left? Because I know we're
Dude, you're gonna have to finger blast your way through your questions because I have to leave in 20 minutes.
Well, let's just do this. How many voicemails we got left?
We have 2 and then the last one.
All right, let's hear those 2.
Okay.
Hey, this is Kayla, longtime listener, first-time caller, big fan of the show. David said I could do something for the big reunion.
I did.
So, in honor of one of my favorite FFOP segments, here's my very own Kalish Inquisition.
It's subterfuge. Just wait.
Okay, so an American chip is called a crisp in Great Britain, but British chips are called fries in America. So, if I made a plate with crisps, chips, and fries, how many different things would I actually have?
2?
Speaking of unhealthy food, why are empty calories so bad for you? If they're empty, then they should be harmless.
What's up with that?
It's the calories full of happiness you have to watch out for, right? When COVID's over, I'm finally going to buy new glasses. The ones I have now still work, but I want something a little more fashionable, you know? If I made a fuss about showing them off, would I be making a spectacle of myself?
Yeah,
I'll
it's sort of the
stop
Demetri
now
Martin
before I
thing.
embarrass myself any further. But in thanks for all the years of podcasting entertainment you've given, I'll leave you with this one last final thought. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. When a restaurant gives you lemons, you put them in your iced tea.
Boom.
But when a video gamer gives you tea bags, it probably means you died in a game of Halo multiplayer. Take care, everybody.
So yeah, Kayla was like, I think we're gonna do a Kalish Inquisition. I said, sure. So I heard that. I'm like, okay. So what you meant to say is you're gonna like machine gun blast us with some puns.
I loved it.
Which I'm fine, because that's Kayla to a T. And I'm glad. Like that's what she should have brought to the show. All right, last voicemail. Let's hear it.
Hey everybody, Joe the Intern
Joe
back
the
once
Intern,
again
yeah.
for the wonderful, at least
Joe gives
reunion
me money
of
every month.
FFOP Radio.
What?
Hopefully
Oh, yeah.
this becomes the return. Not really sure what to do in this call, since it's technically not a call,
So far,
because
so
the Google
good.
number doesn't apparently exist anymore. So we can't, at least right now, play the "What the hell is Joe talking about" game.
It's true.
But
Plus, they're
I
too good, Joe.
can give you some podcast recommendations, since I've
this
had
dick.
to find new ones since I didn't have FFOP anymore. Let's see. Kind of Funny Games Daily, a good gaming podcast, comes out every
Game over Greg.
day. Black
You know this
Box
stuff?
Down by Rooster Teeth. It's a plane crash
Figured.
It's a good one.
podcast. It's actually pretty interesting, especially from a standpoint of somebody who does not know anything about aviation. Let's see. Clear and Vivid, Alan Alda. Great podcast. Alan Alda.
I love
Huge
Alan
fan of
Alda.
MASH now.
I do too.
Communist Ellen
Let's
Alda.
see.
How dare
American
you.
Scandal by Wondery is also super interesting. It's just they take a bunch of the one-off miniseries of
Can you pause this real
going over
quick?
different scandals in American history.
Joe, I want you to introduce me to your mom so I can tell her how much I love everyone around you.
What is that?
Because it was a joke because he's recommending other podcasts on this show.
Oh.
All right, that was worth it. Hit play, Krista.
Nice.
Love that too.
13 Minutes of the Moon. It's a series that goes over the final 13 minutes of the Apollo 11 moon landing.
So it's one show?
And analyzes
It's like 7 minutes in
all
heaven,
that
but
audio means.
there's more
Very
kissing in
interesting.
space.
And then finally, Dave, I don't know if you've heard this one.
Let's see.
But you could check it out because I know you loved Caustic Soda. This is Acid Pop Podcast. It's done by a bunch of fans from Caustic Soda. And it's pretty good. I love it.
Joe.
Me and
so coy.
Me and the girlfriend love listening to that on car rides.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have enjoyed my podcast recommendations. If FFOP does not triumphantly return from the ashes, and if it doesn't, it's been fun doing this again. Hope you guys have a week.
Thanks, Joe. You know, one thing I have missed, and this show has brought it all back to me, is how loud your mouse clicks. God damn, I missed that sound. I missed that little guy. But seriously, guys, Andy, we're running out of time here, and I have one more thing that I want for you guys at least to hear. So why don't we do that? Let's start wrapping it up. Do you have any staff recommendations you want to throw out before I play this piece of FFOP history?
If you got a PlayStation, play Ghost of Tsushima. It's cool.
Ghost of Tsushima?
Sashimi.
Tsushima.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, you racists.
I'll get it. What kind of game is that?
Oh, go ahead.
It's Assassin's Creed-y sword fighting?
Yeah. What do you got, Adam?
I just played a game called Carrion by
I've heard of
Devolver,
that.
I think. The guy that
Yeah.
did the people that did Gungeon.
Yeah.
But it's almost like playing the monster from The Thing. Like, you're just playing a big ball of flesh that shoots out tentacles and devours people, and you're trying to fight your way through this, like, laboratory that you were being contained in.
Well, I see no downsides.
It's pretty good. If you have the Xbox Game Pass, it just went up for, well, kind of free on that. You're already paying for the Game Pass, but...
Yeah, I'm almost gonna get Xbox Live, so we'll see what happens.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All right, Krista, what do you got?
I don't know.
I got so many.
I don't really have anything new. If you like to ever do anything creative, diamond painting is like a super relaxing thing to do.
Never heard of it.
Diamond art. It's like paint by numbers, but you use diamonds instead of paint.
Yeah. Huh. They have keychains now, and you can do bookmarks and notebooks and all that crazy stuff.
Oh, I am going to recommend, this is going to be a boring one, but it will help you, goddammit. Not all of this show is fun and games. Sometimes you got to learn something. If you are a human, you probably have a magnesium deficiency, so pick up some magnesium citrate. It is the most absorbable kind, and it also helps with the flow of electricity through your neurons. There's a lot of other stuff, but literally pick up magnesium citrate. Take it a couple times a day. You'll feel better. I'll feel better because I'll know you'll be feeling better. So, guys.
This is a 44 magnesium.
44 magnesium. Did I take one pill or two?
Like a heart attack.
Oh, no. That's the great thing about it, too, is if you overdo it, you just shit out the extra. So, guys, this has been what this show has been building up for. I thought this show has nothing going for it until this happened. Dominic sent me something, and I love it. So I'm going to let you guys hear it. We're going to listen to it and then just be out. So, guys, thanks for listening to this reunion show. Thank you for all of the well wishes and supports via text and Facebook and Instagram, Twitter. Thank you for all that stuff.
Please buy some of our sex toys from our
Go to fistfulpodcast.com. Sex toys. Those women may not look like me, but I'm one of them. Keep looking.
Trust me.
So, guys, thanks for tuning in. And until next time, should there be one, I'm Dave.
I'm Krista.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Adam.
Saying, take a listen to this. You know, how about this? So the protagonist is the manager. He's wearing a purple apron that has the grapes on it that says Total Wine or Bevmo or whatever. And he's our hero. He's our Ronald McDonald. The counter to him is one Mr. Butt Chuggington.
Oh boy.
He sneaks into Bevmo's with his beer bong that he shoves in his ass, and he hides in the corner and tries to pour as many of the various alcohols into his ass before he gets caught and chased out by the manager. So he's always running around, and the back of his pants are pulled down so you can see 3/4 of his ass, and the tube from the beer bong terminates in his butthole. We obviously don't show it making penetration because it's a commercial for everyday TV. So he runs in and he starts pulling the corks out of things with his teeth and pouring it into his funnel while the manager in the purple apron waving his hands over his head is chasing him through the store. Cut to outside the store and the automatic door opens and Butt Chuggington run towards camera, right? And he pulls the end of the funnel out of his asshole and he sniffs it and he goes, "Ain't I a stinker?" and he runs off. Followed immediately by the manager who pulls his apron off and throws it on the ground and stomps on it. See, his catchphrase is, "Ain't I a stinker?"
Inserting alcohol through your rectum is analogous to shooting heroin in your arm. It goes into the system immediately, it bypasses the liver, and it shocks the system.
Butt Chuggington! He's gonna be holding one of those big wine glasses, swirling the wine around and smelling it. He's like, good bouquet. And then he lifts up the funnel, pours it right in. He's actually butt chugging. And as he's running away, he's like, and there's a red, there's a red wine stain on his hands. He had a wine fart or a wart.
Butt chugging, which has now become two famous words across the United States and across the world.
I'm retaining creative control of the characters. I'm a really good character deviser.